Welcome to the Security Executive Council's newest knowledge-sharing program, Proven Practices. This presentation is one in a series that was developed by security and risk professionals who are accomplished, current, and well-informed in their specific area of expertise. The following presentation will provide you with solutions related to your particular security issues, as well as actionable security and risk management solutions. Here is a brief biography of the presenter. It provides detailed information about the author, including their area of expertise and former company affiliations. It also lists where they have consulted or advised on the particular focus of this presentation.
Now, why measure? Think about it. Measures and metrics drive your shareholders, your senior management, and the market's perception of your company. Every manager is measured, as is every program that consumes the resources of the enterprise. Performance to somebody's standards is the way it works. Every decision you make, the risk dynamics confronting your business operations, and the countermeasures you employ to detect, prevent, and respond to those risks are all measurable. Take the initiative. Whose measures would you rather have pointed at you? Yours or theirs? How do you stand versus your stakeholders in effectively utilizing metrics for program development and performance measurement? Why do all those constituencies and colleagues around us understand that measuring business performance and the effectiveness of planned programs is the essence of management? These are all metrics-rich functions led by managers who understand and depend on established key performance indicators and associated metrics. Given the fact that our companies live and die on a host of well-established business metrics, why do so many of us in this business of security fail to understand and embrace that need? The quotes you see here are not jokes created to make a point. They're real quotes from established security managers. I love the counterpoint in the two where one boss is asking and the other guy has nobody asking. I guess you could conclude that the former is in trouble and the latter is dodging a bullet, at least for now. You don't need to get fancy nor overfill the bucket with numbers and charts. Each of the constituencies you see here has a legitimate need for a targeted few metrics that are meaningful to them. You need to keep watch over those key metrics you know are at the core of your enterprise protection mission. I'll have a few more comments on your constituents on a later slide. The first step, identify the business drivers and objectives for the security metrics program. Where can metrics deliver the greatest benefits for your company and the security mission? Is it to make a positive impact on company policy and culture? Or should it be to measurably impact risk exposure? How about to demonstrate security's alignment with business goals and bringing value to the bottom line? How about all of these and more? Look at the key words in the slide: risk, measure, value, policy, influence, impact, change, compliance, alignment, strategy. These are the high-profile targets of your metrics. Be clear on your priorities and objectives as you begin to develop your program. Talk to your boss and probe what management would value and how they would use actionable metrics from your organization. Learn who of your colleagues is measuring and reporting with quality and relevance. I'll give you a tip that your information security partner has volumes of established metrics you can use as a model. Don't take this step lightly. Create a formal process for identifying what management wants and needs. Think about the knowledge resident in your programs that offer quality guidance to business strategy and an improved state of risk management. There's a clear correlation between how well you identify these needs and how successful your program will be. The next step, determine who your metrics are intended to inform and influence. You are well aware of what will happen if your company fails to connect with the needs of its customers. I can't overemphasize the importance of understanding the diversity of perceptions about risk and how each of your constituents view your role in its management. Metrics are central to our ability to influence and engage our customers in their role in corporate security and brand protection. They enable a coherent set of messages focused on a targeted audience. Each of the audiences you see here has a unique agenda and set of needs, a hot button, if you will. Some need to see the broader view with a clear assessment of alternatives. Others require the 10-minute laser approach to the problem and best solution. You must know your customer and what motivates them to action. Your message has to be tailored to influence, to enable them to see why your message deserves their acceptance and buy-in. Metrics should be presented as enabling tools rather than criticisms whenever possible. Positive action is more likely if the audience feels he or she is being given an opportunity rather than a sharp stick in the eye. You want a partnership in results more than a notch on the gun. Now let's look at the next slide to address that security manager who said he didn't have any data. Remember that quote, "I don't have any data"? Well, I think you have a staggering amount of data in the files associated with your service portfolio. You've invested financial, personnel, and technology resources into understanding, preventing, and responding to the many risks on your watch and the services you provide to your customers. Let's look at the business drivers and objectives you outlined in step 1, and then consider the types of data you might need in order to create some meaningful metrics that help meet those objectives. Think about the needs and hot buttons of your many constituents seen in step 2. How have your programs resulted in an improved state of risk management for them? What was learned that should modify business process and thereby eliminate future risk? How can your unique knowledge and perspective more directly enable alignment of security programs to the business strategy and the needs of your internal customers? Actionable metrics require analysis, draw conclusions, and have to tell a story. The results they demonstrate provide direction for decisions. They can affirm actions taken or provide clarity for next steps. Non-actionable metrics, on the other hand, simply count things and have little value for influencing or finding causes of risk. The file cabinet you see here represents the various categories of metrics with an emphasis on making them actionable. Develop the contents of each of these drawers based on your constituents' needs, as well as a need to maintain a library of measures consistent with a security organization's needs. Our 4th step, establish relevant risk-related metrics. Relevant metrics clearly link to something you want to accomplish that has a direct benefit to the business. We can approach this step in a couple of ways. 1, establishing metrics that demonstrate our role in enterprise risk management, and 2, establishing metrics that demonstrate our alignment with business strategy and objectives. Risk-related metrics will allow you to determine and demonstrate to management how security programs and services are clearly impacting the business's risk. To develop these, first, prioritize the risks confronting your enterprise. What is the appetite for risk? Which are most important to the business, and which have the greatest potential consequences? Secondly, determine which risks security has full or partial responsibility for managing. Remember, security is a shared, delegated accountability in several key areas. Third, inventory the products and services you have in place to address these risks. Are there any gaps? Fourth, identify the results management wants to see from its investment in these products or services. How these products and services are clearly impacting risk management, either positively or negatively, and whether they're doing the job reliably and cost effectively. Now, your focus on risk also provides an opportunity to demonstrate security's alignment with the business and our value contributions. Can you envision a metric that demonstrates the results of the steps you're taking to reduce or manage program costs, while at the same time maintaining or improving the state of security in your company? As you establish your metrics, focus on developing those that could serve the dual purposes of assessing risk and demonstrating value. Highlight those metrics that show such benefits as increased protection and decreased cost. Enhanced customer satisfaction or confidence due to security measures. Increased recovery of losses. Reduced risk to revenue generating activities. Reduced insurance costs or reduced risk of attack, and reduced notable audit findings attributable to security defects. All of these demonstrate the value equation. You will need to maintain a library of key risk indicators, KRIs, that are unique to the risk conditions addressed as an element of the security mission. This slide provides a running multi-year trend of 5 critical categories of KRIs for periodic reporting to senior management and the board. Consider these. Percent of incidents resulting in risk above established thresholds conveys management's appetite for risk. There's a recognition here that some events will occur based on historical or industry trends, but there's a threshold of risk acceptance that has been established. The trend here is markedly positive. Percent of internal misconduct cases resulting in sanctions is deemed a key indicator on the ethical health and hygiene of the firm. This has significant engagement by the board, and a variety of programs have successfully impacted the trend we see here. Consider the implications of a metric like percent of incidents that exploited known vulnerabilities with known solutions. This report has highlighted this category with a trend line displaying a strongly positive trend. Think about what reaction you might get to a trend going similarly in the wrong direction. There'll be some probing with regard to the significant continuing trend of business units failing to address business continuity preparations. It will also be interesting to the board that a significant number of the unresolved audit notables are related to untested business continuity plans. The focus here provides a powerful story of accomplishment for the security executive on the one hand, and a series of switches that need to be reset by senior management with line business unit managers.
We hope you have enjoyed the selected portion of this presentation. To purchase the entire presentation or to preview one of our other many presentations, please visit the Council's Leadership Store at www.SecurityExecutiveCouncil.com/SEC Store to learn more about this and the other Proven Practices presentations. Once at our website, click on the Proven Practices icon. Thank you.